This house tour is brought to you by the new House & Home Designer Collection for Scotties. 8 great patterns to mix and match. Find your style with Scotties.
My client Wendy was living in Vancouver and she was ready to come back home to be with her family. She purchased this home and it was a blank slate, and she brought me in to create a space that would be cozy for her and also entertaining for her friends and her family. It was bare bones. It was all white, high ceilings, the flooring was done, which was beautiful, and the red brick was there. So I already felt like there's a lot that we can do with this space to warm it up and create a lot of texture. Wendy knew that this house had a lot of potential. She wanted to hire a professional, and I came on board to try and create 2 different zones. One, a living zone, as well as a dining room area, and be able to really utilize the open concept of this space. There is a lot of room to play with in this main floor, especially with the high ceilings too. So I wanted to have the living room at the front where we have all the natural light coming in, and the fireplace was already there. But what we did is we added some warmth to it by bringing in a honed black marble and then the wood mantle on top of it. We added some symmetry and brought in the custom millwork on either side. One thing that we noticed when the house was first purchased and we came in is there was vertical bulkheads and horizontal bulkheads. There was lots of bulkheads. One way to hide some of that was building out and framing out around the fireplace and creating these arches and putting the beautiful light fixtures above it. Now you don't notice that bulkhead anymore. By drywalling the arches, instead of doing everything in cabinetry and wood tones, it makes it lighter, and it also complements what goes on the other side of the living room, which is the drywall niche. There is no wood tones in it whatsoever, and it has LED lighting in it as well on dimmers, so you can highlight all the beautiful things that you decide to display. One of the positives when we were hired was that the kitchen was done and it was already beautiful. So we pulled some of the coloring from that and used that as our base moving forward into the living room and the dining room area. It was important for Wendy to have a nice oversized dining table that she can go ahead and host and have her family over, and it be comfy enough that even when dinner's done, then they're still sitting around the dining room table. So we were really happy with the way that it turned out, and it really fits the size of the space. One way to soften up the space was to have the dining room table but mix up the chairs. So we didn't just have 10 of the exact same chairs in an open concept like this. And we have a nice bench seat. It's easy to walk through into the kitchen. We also brought in the black Windsor chairs because I wanted to have this black accent kind of throughout. We have it in the fireplace, we have it in the kitchen island, and then the 2 head chairs we have in an upholstery that also complements the fireplace coloring. So we have the dining room all set up, but we didn't have a place necessarily to put all of the food or the entertaining and the wine, so we purchased a hutch that we're using more as a bar area. Wendy had all of these beautiful photographs from her family. A lot of black and whites, a lot of stories to be told. So we created this gallery wall. When you're sitting there at dinner or having friends over, I mean, the conversations that start to happen just by the backdrop of this gallery wall is quite beautiful. When we first were in this space, what you see as the window nook was just a nook. There's an actual stream that runs through and underneath the house. And Wendy wanted to make this area special. It's a calming feeling. It has extra depth in there, so we created this beautiful window seat. We made it all soft. We've added some texture to it. It has this beautiful stream that goes through it, so you have your water feature, the sunlight. It had so much potential, and we wanted to make this area extra special. This was a fun project with a lot of challenges. My client was in Vancouver for a good portion of it, and then we also dealt with COVID. But I have to say, overall, we were able to do a reveal for her, and she came in with her daughters, and there was crying and tears and hugs. So I'm very, very proud of this project and how everything turned out.